Hello again. So I'm going to continue for the second page, the detail page. So remember I created here a multiple page dash application. The first page was explained in my previous presentation, and now I'm going to continue with the details information, invoice details for every year. I created here a small filter to be able to select the year I'm interested in. All the pages are organized in the same way. I put on the top left a bar chart, a stacked bar chart, where I see for the different colors the customers, the amount of the invoice per customer, and the different months. What is interesting in also here is that I put into a bubble the man days for that customer, the rate, and the cumulative invoice at that period. So this one can be interesting. This one was super easy to create. It's a waterfall graph. Here it's a summary of the number of days I spent at every customer across the year. Here I've put some statistics, general statistics on the year, and here it's a detailed information. This one is interesting also. So here you have all the different months, the past month, the forecasted month, and also for the current month I have the observed information, so what I already paid and what I still have to pay for that month. And that's interesting. Like this, I know exactly if I still have to pay something. For example, this number, I still have to pay it. Okay, let me show you how it works behind. So it's dash page. Again, I make a connection to my SQLite database. Then I create the layout. I create the callback to make the interaction between the layout and the different calculations. And same as before, this query is used to query the observed data. This one is used to query the forecast. And then I concat them and select them in order to avoid to have duplicate between the observed information and the forecasted information. Then the stacked bar chart. This one was interesting also because of the over data I used. So the small bubble is thanks to the over data option. Here I put man days, the different variables, man days, rate, income, and the different labels in order to display them more nicely. So basically, I make the sum of the invoice across the month and the customer. I make the sum of the man days across the month and the customer. I convert them into integer. For the invoices, I make the cumulative sum of the invoices. I apply the month format in order to display January, February, and so on as the place of numbers. And then I use the bar chart where I put for the month, I put the month in X, the invoices in Y, and I put the other data. I used also, I put also the legend outside, and that's it. Okay, easy, huh? This one, well, I don't have a lot of things to explain here. It's basically a waterfall graphic, so I'm using the same kind of amount of my previous data frame. Once it's created, after you can reuse it in the way you want. I put here some format. Okay, nothing very specific to say here. The detail table is the big table in the bottom of the graph of the page. here also I'm using a pivot table with group and category for the index and the month for the columns. I'm using month state. In fact, it's because I wanted to display the observed value and the forecasted value in the same, so that's why I created a concatenation of the month, January, February, and so on, and the state is real value or forecasted value. Okay. And I ask to have the sum and to display the total. Super. Then what do we have also here? Okay. Then I have, so for this information here, so my business days was calculated like this. Okay, it's a long explanation. Calendar is this thing. Okay. Yes, for the story. In fact, I made the calendar. Then I want, yes, the calendar, I would say. Then I wanted to display the total. So I did it like this. And give me the total. Make the sum of everything and put it into the total row. Okay. Well, don't have a lot of things to explain here, so I select only the invoices. I select the list of variables here. I remove one variable because I don't want to use it again. I make the aggregation, so I want to calculate the sum of the invoice, the sum of the man days across, grouped by the month and the customer. I put it into integer in order to round it. Then I use a pivot table in order to pivot it. Yeah, and after, well, I didn't want it to hard code the customer names because it changed year after year. So I had to do a small trick in order to select them. I put a performance indicator also with a percentage format. Okay. Next, in order to calculate this thing, well, it's a big data frame where I use, I combine, in fact, a list of different queries, and I put the result of my query in a specific variable of my data frame. So it's a series, it's a very big data frame here, with all the information I need. Great, huh? Great. And after, that's for the layout of the graphic, of the tables and so on. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.